Yeah, I gained 20 pounds in the last 3 years being here. I was like super lean, super weak. I was just breaking down, and I knew I needed to do something for the positive to get stronger.
You gave us guidance, and this needs to happen like right away. Like we need to start this right away.
Yeah, I mean, there was no time to wait.
So what are you working on in the gym these days? Efforts, movements, stuff?
Squats and deadlifts are really kind of my favorite. I feel like I kind of hit that in the fall last year. I feel like I went a little bit overboard, and I got hurt. And I've just recovered like maybe 6 or 8 weeks ago.
Once, probably like I got a little lucky. It's not really a great indicator of like what I'm capable of. Like it was fortunate and I made it, but like the ones that you could hit all the time, that's probably a better indicator of like really where you're at.
Every time I squat or deadlift, images, pictures, videos of like people I've either seen in person or have seen online executing really good lifts. How's your back, by the way?
Much stronger, much more consistent. The deadlift has been so helpful for that. You know, I have a deadlift day where I can kind of like keep that repetition going, keep that strength happening, and working towards having like a healthier back.
You're 44 years old. You're probably stronger than you've ever been. You're
Definitely.
Getting stronger.
No question. I'm the strongest I've ever been, probably the healthiest I've ever been.
What is up, man?
Not much. How's it going?
Long-time member of the Fort. How long ago did you start with us?
I started in June of 2019.
Okay.
Why are you still here?
Love it.
Well, I mean, we were talking before that you did a bunch of things. Why do you think you stuck around? Like what's been going well that you've been doing this consistently?
It's a super sustainable workout, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm able to get a great variety of strength and conditioning and cardio. And I also love the people, right? You know, I love coming here and seeing my squad every day, you know, checking in with the people that are ahead of you and after you and your core group at your time, you know, so it's really easy to come here every single day.
Well, you're kind of a staple, you know, 3 years, everybody knows you.
Yeah.
Your name has been on the wall hundreds of times. I mean, 3 years, you probably like, what, do you know how many visits you've had? Like 500?
I don't know how many visits I've had.
We'll have to look it up, but it's multiples of hundreds.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we worked out through COVID, kept it going, you know, really enjoyed the workout. I love getting stronger. You know what I mean? It's,
well, and you've packed on a significant amount of muscle over from when you started.
Yeah. I gained 20 pounds in the last 3 years being here. I was like super lean, super weak. I was just breaking down, and I knew I needed to do something for the positive to get stronger and make my kind of health journey, you know, better. You also learn a bunch of mistakes along the way when you're working with other people. You saw what you did and how they handled certain situations, and it's a lot about learning about what not to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like building stuff is probably the easy part, but it's all navigating everything else and business decisions and being smart and not being inconsistent in your decisions, but like being, you know, very motivated and focused.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard from an entrepreneur who was like, I made 0 mistakes. This does not happen.
No. And I continue to make mistakes day in, day out and learn from them. But, you know,
that's awesome.
Yeah, Cesar's gotten us out of a few jams before, so we've gotten to see him and his team work firsthand, and it's a kind of a remarkable team.
Well, they built this gym, like where we're at right now.
Yeah. But it's like having seen other people in the same realm, like you guys have something kind of special here.
And what blows me away is just like the speed at which they can get things done. Like what we tried our first couple gyms, we tried to do ourselves, and literally what would take 6 months takes them 6 days.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's because they know what they're doing and we do not.
But that, I mean, it's that confidence.
Yeah.
That confidence and vision and execution, and then just doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember how it kind of all played out here, right? It was like the shutdown of the run gym. And then it was like, I mean, I was literally on vacation and I was like, wait, what just happened? I ran my fastest mile I'd ever ran in my whole life yesterday, and this is gone.
Yeah, and we just like closed the run gym.
Yeah. And he's like, don't worry, we got a lease on another space. And I'm like, what? So I get back, we come in here, we meet here, and I'm like, okay, what are we doing? And you're like, we're just gonna do all this stuff. I'm like, who and when? He's like, well, do you want to do it? I'm like, yes, I think we need to do this now.
Yeah. You
was
kind
like
of set
such
us
urgency.
straight. You gave us guidance and urgency. Like you're like, this needs to happen like right away. Like we need to start this right away.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, there was no time to wait. You know?
Yeah, because we had 2 gyms worth of people that were all going to pack into one gym for a month.
Right.
And they like put up with it, but we had like 4 weeks.
Right.
To
We knew
get
that.
this ready.
We knew that
Yeah.
people would be willing to do it for a month.
Sure.
And that was about the limit of how long people would deal with the inconvenience.
Right.
And that was exactly, we nailed it. We actually nailed that timeline.
It was almost exactly 1 month.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. You get, like, I was with you the other day. You got to pop in, just go home, see the boys.
Yeah.
You know, in the middle of the day, you have a lot of control to like hang with your family if you need to, or like be
I have
available for
flexibility
them.
on that standpoint, you know. So I mean, even in my business, I'm fortunate enough to be able to kind of pick and choose my projects. I kind of want to work with good people, fun projects, creativity, and the networks that I know, and you know, it's worked out.
Cesar always comes across to me as a guy who lives life with like a high level of satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like you found like a good ground of like being successful, but not overwhelming yourself, picking projects that like fit into your daily life. Like a lot of times if you're running your own business, like a work-life balance is a very challenging thing, but you seem to have like kind of solved for that better than most.
So what are you working on in the gym these days? What are you excited about? What lifts or efforts, movements, stuff?
Squats and deadlifts are really kind of my favorite.
What about them like has your attention?
I just never really got into it till I was here.
Yeah.
So it's been really fun to kind of like see that progression and be able to move a little more weight every like program cycle and just get stronger and better.
You're definitely moving better than I've ever seen you move before. You've gotten the tone right.
Yeah.
For a while you were lifting, I think, a little too heavy. It's the toughest thing for us to like hold people back, especially when they're excited about weights.
I feel like I kind of hit that in the fall last year. I feel like I went a little bit overboard and I got hurt, and I've just recovered like maybe 6 or 8 weeks ago completely from that, and now I'm back in a good rhythm.
It takes a little bit of a mindset shift and a little bit of a 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward. Like every so often you got to realize like, oh, I might be like getting a little too aggressive in the pace of me increasing. And then you got to intentionally pull back a little bit and then work from that place.
Right.
And then you'll find yourself kind of doing it again. And doing it
I had
again.
to take my place to like a very safe place.
Yeah.
To like kind of build it back up.
And I think even the longer you're in the game, the more often you take the steps back. That's what I found for myself.
Well, I think the longer you're in it, the less emotionally attached you are to the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel you kind of get to that. There's a time and a place for like chasing numbers and feeling good about that. But then the more that you realize like that those aren't going to change as dramatically no matter what you do, and that compared to actual strong people, they're not that impressive anyway, you dial back.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, let me just get good at it since I'm not going to be winning any world
Well,
medals.
at some point you kind of figure out your limit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you have a particular frame, you have a particular size, and you will be able to, if you go from like not doing it to doing it, you're going to build up to like optimize.
Sure.
Right. But there's going to be kind of a hard limit for you at some point. And then you just want to get really good at that limit rather than perpetually driving the numbers up forever.
Yeah.
Right?
And I also think we all have our like person we're chasing on the board, right?
Yeah, that
you
too.
know what I mean? So as much as like you're always looking for that like baseline where you're at and make sure you're progressing in some sort of fashion, or even like the people you work out with every day, right? You know where everybody kind of stands, you know where you have to fall, and you know, but either way, everybody still brings it.
Right.
Yeah, I do my best when I see someone else do something well.
Yeah. For
Like
sure.
every time I squat or deadlift, there are these like images, pictures, videos of like people I've either seen in person or have seen online executing really good lifts, and they'll pop into my head like right before I do the lift. So and they live in there. It's just like a catalog, a library that I've got in my brain that I'm sort of mimicking every time I step up to a meaningful weight.
Right.
Yeah, lately I've been thinking more about there's this who was a great athlete, and now he's a coach named Donnie Schenkel, who Kyle and I trained with once.
Yeah.
But
he called me Carl.
He called Kyle Carl. Kyle
the
had
whole time. He kept
nuts.
saying it's Kyle. He's
Yeah.
like Carl.
Yeah, the fact that you corrected him, had that kind of bravery was impressive. But
He told me it was Carl.
Yeah, but he's got this idea of like, rather than like maximums, of minimums. Like, what can you hit every time you walk in the gym? No questions asked. Like,
Yeah.
do it great. Nail it every time.
What could you hit? No warm up.
Yeah,
You've got
like
the flu.
Yeah.
You've had no
You make
sleep. Like, what do you make
Yeah.
every time, no matter what?
Right. And his thought was like, drive those minimums up. That's more important than driving up the maximum. And I think that's actually like just really good advice. Like, what can you do really well all the time?
On
That's
your
interesting. I
worst
never
day.
heard that, but I actually kind of just started doing that. Was like warming up with a little bit heavier weight than I usually have. Just kind of like pushing myself a little bit closer.
And like kind of knowing that, like, okay, I can do these weights no matter what.
Right.
I can do these well no matter what,
Yeah.
even if I'm not feeling well, even if I'm not feeling good.
Yeah, it's a big confidence booster. And I think it's also probably like, it's probably a better judge of your actual fitness.
Yeah.
Because every once in a while, like, I've hit big weights in some lifts once, probably like I got a little lucky. You know what I mean? And it's like, well,
Definitely.
that's not really a great indicator of like what I'm capable of. Like, it was fortunate and I made it, but like the ones that you could hit all the time, that's probably a better indicator of like really where you're at.
Because you own it.
Yeah.
Like, it's yours no matter what, no matter the conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way more meaningful, I think. It's a lot harder to measure.
It is. It's more intuitive, right? You have
Yeah.
to really know your training. Like, your 1 rep max, like, you've done it. It's the most you've ever done. It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
Having like an internal sense of what you can really do anytime you walk in the gym takes experience.
Every time. Because it takes a bunch of repetitions
Yeah.
to know that you can do it every time.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have to do it at least 20 times before you know, like, okay,
Yeah.
like, I own this weight. I can do it whenever.
Yeah. And it's also a great indication that, like, if you are struggling if you know that those are your minimums and you are struggling or you cannot make them, that like you need to kind of reassess your physical state.
Sure.
Like, are you injured? Are you sick? Is something going on that needs to be addressed?
How's your back, by the way? Because you've intermittently had like back pain, back trouble. I think like in a common way that a lot of people do. I definitely have. How is it these days?
much stronger, much more consistent. I mean, no real like throwing the back out has really happened in probably a year.
That's
or,
great.
Longer.
That's really great.
So it's been, the deadlift has been so helpful for that. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I always look forward to those programs that, you know, have a deadlift day where I can kind of like keep that repetition going, keep that strength happening, and working towards having like a healthier back.
You think it's like you have a good intuition of your positions, like your posture, or like managing the weight better, a combination of both?
Yeah, a combination of both. I actually feel like my grip strength is what's kind of like holding me back a little bit right now.
That's a weird thing, how when the grip goes, like that's when people hurt their backs.
Yeah.
You ever notice that or see that? Is when they start the bar starts slipping, and a
sure.
lot of times like it throws their whole position out.
Yeah, for sure.
So like having a strong grip like actually helps
Critical. Critical.
The
If you don't
safety
have a
of your
strong
back.
grip,
I feel not great if I haven't deadlifted, and where that's when my back really starts to like give me problems, is if I'm not deadlifting regularly enough, or if I'm not deadlifting heavy enough.
yeah.
Oddly enough, like if I have to like have a meaningful weight, like, you know, something that I'm doing 5 or less reps, and like at least once a week.
Yeah. I think that's right. It doesn't necessarily
If
have
I
to
don't-
be in the ground, but it's important.
Yeah, or else things really start like not feeling right.
Yeah. Well, it's
And
funny you said like your squat and your deadlift are your favorite lifts, and you have a training experience before us, but you hadn't done those. Like that's, I mean, we just find those to be so foundational. It's surprising to me that there's like, you can go through like training and not having squatted or deadlifted.
I mean, I don't know if your experience has been like this, but once those are really hard lifts to put into
For sure.
group fitness.
Definitely.
So right, like
and
it's-
probably shouldn't be in group fitness, honestly. Like in some ways, yeah.
right.
Depending on what you could categorize as group
So
fitness. but-
the other alternative is like maybe you were on a sports team that you did some strength and conditioning work, or you had a personal trainer,
yeah,
but that's kind of it.
yeah.
Or you just like went online and figured it out yourself, coached yourself, which that is difficult. I couldn't imagine doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess, there's some people that figure it out, but that seems really difficult. Like,
yeah, I think that's what kind of like brought me here. I was doing like a sports training conditioning program, and had made all the right goals that I thought I wanted. I wanted to lose weight. I was getting faster. I thought I was getting stronger, but I was getting injured a lot. It was the back, it was the wrist, it was this, or it was that, the shoulders. But I knew I wasn't strong. And that's kind of really what made me like kind of look out for, a place to get strong.
I went home with you the other day, and your boys like ran to the door. They jumped on both of his arms, and he just like Hercules them up, and they're both hanging from him.
Yeah.
And I thought it was awesome because like you are strong, man.
Yeah.
Like, and that was nothing.
That's what every dad wants to feel.
Yeah, it was like
right?
super fun, right? We call it crane truck, and they're like, "Dad, pick us up, crane truck." You put one in each arm, you lift them up, and they really love that.
Yeah, you're 44 years old. You're probably stronger than you've ever been. You're
Definitely.
getting stronger.
No question. I'm the strongest I've ever been, probably the healthiest I've ever been.
Crushing it in your career.
Yeah.
Work is good.
Where's this going? What's next for you?
We'll see what's next.
Just keep it going.
Just keeping it going.